Old Changi Hospital. The name alone sends shivers down the spine of anyone who knows its history. Would you step foot inside Singapore's most active abandoned hospital? For decades, this place has been at the center of Singapore's most terrifying paranormal encounters. Tonight, we're diving deep into the dark and disturbing history of Old Changi Hospital, separating fact from folklore, and exploring the chilling encounters that have made this one of the most feared locations in all of Southeast Asia. If you're watching this alone, in the dark, you might want to turn a light on. What you're about to hear is not a story. It's a warning. To understand the hauntings at Old Changi Hospital, we have to go back to the darkest chapter of Singapore's history. During the Japanese occupation of Singapore in World War II, this site was repurposed by the military. The walls that now stand silent once echoed with the cries of prisoners of war. Thousands of soldiers, British, Australian, Indian, and local, were brought here, and many never left. The building became a place of suffering, of interrogation, and for far too many, of death. After the war ended, the site continued to operate, but the echoes of its dark past never truly faded. Workers and visitors alike reported hearing footsteps in empty corridors, seeing shadowy figures at the end of hallways, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread that seemed to seep from the very walls themselves. Over the years, these reports only grew more frequent and more disturbing. What was once a place of healing became something else entirely, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead seems terrifyingly thin. The paranormal activity at Old Changi Hospital is not a single type of haunting. It is a complex and layered phenomenon that has evolved over time. The haunting of Old Changi Hospital is legendary. This eerie site is home to the restless spirits of tortured World War II prisoners and patients in the abandoned wards. Multiple types of supernatural encounters have been documented here. Visitors report apparitions, full-bodied figures that appear and disappear without warning. Some appear as solid as a living person, only to vanish when approached. Others are translucent, barely visible, like images projected onto the darkness itself. Then there are the auditory phenomena. Disembodied footsteps echoing through empty spaces. Whispers that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The sound of doors slamming shut when there is no wind and no living person nearby. Some witnesses have reported hearing their own names called out by voices that belong to no one they can see. Physical encounters have also been documented. People have described being touched by unseen hands, feeling sudden and intense cold spots in warm rooms, and experiencing the sensation of being pushed or pulled by an invisible force. Electrical devices malfunction without explanation. Cameras capture images that were not visible to the naked eye. The paranormal activity at Old Changi Hospital is not diminishing with time. If anything, the reports are becoming more frequent and more intense. Perhaps the most compelling evidence of the supernatural at Old Changi Hospital comes from the sheer number of independent witness accounts. These are not the stories of a single individual. They come from different people, different backgrounds, different time periods, all describing remarkably similar experiences. One common thread in many accounts is the feeling of being watched. Visitors describe a prickling sensation on the back of their neck, an instinctive knowledge that something is observing them from the shadows. Some have reported seeing eyes, glowing, inhuman eyes, staring back at them from dark corners. Another recurring theme is the emotional impact. People who visit Old Changi Hospital often describe feeling a sudden and overwhelming sense of sadness, fear, or dread that has no apparent source. It is as if the location itself carries the emotional imprint of past suffering, and visitors absorb that imprint simply by being present. These are not the experiences of people who went looking for ghosts. Many of the most chilling accounts come from skeptics, people who visited out of curiosity and left with their worldview permanently altered. Over the years, paranormal investigators have visited Old Changi Hospital with equipment designed to detect and document supernatural activity. Electromagnetic field detectors have registered unexplained spikes. Temperature sensors have recorded sudden drops of 10 degrees or more in sealed rooms with no source of cold air. Audio recorders have captured what investigators call electronic voice phenomena, voices that were not audible during the investigation but appeared on playback. Theories about the nature of the hauntings vary. Some believe the spirits at Old Changi Hospital are residual hauntings, emotional recordings imprinted on the environment by traumatic events, playing on a loop like a broken record. Others believe these are intelligent hauntings, spirits that are aware of the living and actively interact with them. Still others suggest that locations like this serve as thin spots, places where the veil between our world and whatever lies beyond is weakened, allowing entities to cross over. Whatever the explanation, the evidence accumulated over decades makes one thing clear: something is happening at Old Changi Hospital that we do not yet fully understand. Today, Old Changi Hospital stands as a testament to Singapore's hidden history, the dark, forgotten chapters that most people would rather not think about. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the stories associated with this place are deeply embedded in the cultural memory of Singapore. They serve as a reminder that the past is never truly past, and that the places we abandon do not simply forget what happened within their walls. If you ever find yourself near Old Changi Hospital after dark, remember the stories you've heard tonight. Remember the witnesses. Remember the encounters. And ask yourself, would you dare to step inside? Subscribe for more chilling Singapore history. Like this video if it gave you goosebumps. And remember, some places are haunted for a reason.